Hello and welcome to INDINEWS FANPARK. INDINEWS is the one-stop shop for India's super sports fans. INDINEWS is running some cool and really fun and really exciting contests and giving away some of the most exciting goodies. So do not forget to follow our social media pages. I am Ankit Kedia and with me is Rohan Maglani and we are here to review matches 13 to 17 and to discuss the prospects of the upcoming fixtures. Well, the last four games were really exciting. Some obvious results out there, but Rohan, what are your thoughts about those games?
Ankit, what's up, man? I think that they've been really fascinating the last four games. As you mentioned, some obvious results, but the important thing is that a lot of a few late comebacks in the games, some equalizers at crucial periods in these games as well, and it's been really fun. And yeah.
Well, absolutely, man. And I think we should dwell a little deeper into some of the fixtures. So, obviously, the first fixture being Mumbai City FC and SC East Bengal. Honestly, this is one of the results I really expected. I really expected Mumbai City to take it, and they did. It was really unfortunate for SC East Bengal to lose their captain and centre back Daniel Fox to injury in the first few minutes. I think it really unsettled them. That's why we saw them, conceding 3 goals. It is also the first match in which one team has scored more than 2 goals, which is obviously Mumbai City
Right.
FC. And one Adam Lafondra, he scored a brace on the eve of his birthday. So,
Yeah.
had a great birthday, I guess. Other than Adam Lafondra, there are two players who really stood out for me, man. One of them being Boomu. I don't think he performed that well in the first 2 games, and I thought he really showed it out here that why he is the go-to man in the team. And another man who really did it for me was Emma Jahu, because he got the red card in the first game, and I told you, man, that this guy, when he is there, he's really going to pull them strings, man. And the way he controlled the game, I mean, it was amazing, man. What do you think, man, about the game?
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. And you did mention this to me after the first game, and on his comeback, Emma Jaru was amazing, and with him, like you mentioned, even Hugo Bamu was really good. They were creating those spaces, and normally a team has one or two people who have that vision, but it looked like in that game that both of them were playing with that vision. Jaru was playing the ball to Bamu, who was then playing the ball to Lafondra. So there was that entire camaraderie. Was the midfield was looking so organized with Emma Jau coming back into the team.
Right.
So I definitely think, and Bamu also, as you mentioned, the first 2 games he was a bit like he was not maybe up to the mark, but over here we could see his skill, we could see his pace coming through, and that created a great evening for Lafondra, obviously. Also, one of the things is that Mumbai, really finally kept possession of the ball, and we have to understand that how important Emma Jau is for that, because the last 2 games when they missed him, they missed keeping possession of the ball.
Absolutely.
And that's what changed in this game against SC East Bengal.
Correct. Why don't you take us to the next fixture now? Hyderabad FC versus Jamshedpur FC.
Well, in that it was a really good game, I thought, and it was Ardane scored off the goalkeeper fumble just after the second half, and then we saw a really good goal by Stephen Eze from the edge of the box. There's a player in Crystal Palace, Eberici Eze, who reminded me of that shot, and then his celebration. And then his celebration reminded me of Best Palm to be Gomez, the crawl which he did. So that was actually the highlight of the game. Otherwise, both of the teams, I think they really fought hard. They fought well. And I was glad that game, it deserved to be a draw.
Yeah, man. And, the highlight for me was, when the Hyderabad coach, Manuel Marquez, was sent off right at the end, for invading the pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, reminds me of Arsene Wenger for some reason,
No, I think that was just an unnecessary argument. He should have just let it go. And I mean, the team was, anyway, it was 1-1. There was no need to create so much of drama and hype and all that,
It's okay, man. I just guess it was just tempers and, the pressure, to win. So that's, it's okay, part of the game. Moving on, I think we should move on to ATK Mohan Bagan versus Odisha FC. I thought that was a game of wits between both the managers, Habas on one side and Baxter on the other. Habas's
Yeah.
side is known for having lesser possession and lesser passes
Correct.
in the game. They rely on counter attack. And this time, I thought Habas got a taste of his own medicine when Baxter came in with his style and tried to adapt to Habas's style of play. And in the game, we could obviously see that it was a rare situation where Habas's side had eventually more possession in the game, and they won the game. It was a last minute, or I would say the last second goal from Roy Krishna. I mean, who else, right? And I just have one question for you, Rohan. How does a guy who is 5'7", like Roy Krishna, he jumps and wins all the headers? He had so many headers he won in the game, and the last one he finally converted that. How does he do it?
No, so the thing is that even I thought about it, and honestly speaking, the form which Roy Krishna is showing that he is in, it also showed us one thing, that even if your team is completely not in form, because obviously we expected ATK Mohan Bagan to go out and score maybe a few more goals, maybe keep a little more possession against the team, like Odisha, but they were not able to do it. Odisha matched up to them. But when you have a player like Roy Krishna, it's a puncher's chance. He just took his chance, and that's what he's been doing. He's in that kind of form. And a striker like that, who gives you that puncher's chance, that's what he did in the very last minute of the game. So
yeah, and this was ATK Mohan Bagan's third clean sheet, which means that they haven't conceded so far. Is there anyone
exactly
that can score against them?
Yeah, I mean, I think that will eventually happen. It's not like it's not going to happen, but I think they've done really well so far, and that's because I think they've got the biggest domestic transfer in Sandesh Jingam, who's come back, and it's very interesting to see the formation also ATK Mohan Bagan are playing the 3-5-2. We've seen a lot of European clubs at the moment adapt to that formation. But it's very tough to play that formation because you can get very easily exposed in that. Many of them are playing a 5-3-2 rather than, but these guys are playing a 3-5-2, but their defense is absolutely solid. And what a signing he's been for them so far, Sandesh Jingam.
And like you said, 3-5-2 is really difficult to maintain. It can also be very leaky at the back, but I think Habas has done a great job, and obviously props to all the three defenders who are really keeping it tight, and the entire team. Roy Krishna keeps congratulating the defense. So they're really doing a great job. Anyway, let's move on to Chennai versus Bengaluru FC. Rohan, what do you have?
I mean, we just finished watching that game, and again, it was, pretty much a midfield battle. Interesting to see that Bangalore changed a bit of their formation in this game. Before they were playing the 4-2-3-1, they in fact adapted to the 3-5-2 this time. Unfortunately, I wanted to see, Anirudh Thapa go for Chennai, but he came out injured. But overall, it was a very tight game again between both of them, and a good penalty by Captain Sunil Chetri, who again has a 100% record on target from pens. So I think it was a good game. I don't know if Bengaluru would be just happy by scoring from the spot. I think that they want goals from open play. So let's see how it goes for them.
Yeah, and what do you think about Suresh? I thought he was brilliant, man. He was running the midfield like a beast, man. Like controlling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back and what do you think about Suresh?
Yeah, he's very highly rated. Again, Indian youngster, showing signs of consistency, and it's something that which is very good for Indian football again, and it's a promising thing to our Indian national team. It's a promising.
And let's have a look at the table. What these four fixtures have done on the table. I mean, ATK Mohan Bagan still on top, unbeaten, haven't conceded a goal, and team at the bottom is their rivals, East Bengal. They're right at the bottom. I mean, they need to start really, working things out for them. And Mumbai City on second, Northeast on third, and Bengaluru have just moved on to the fourth position. So this is what the table looks like. Any observation on the table, Ron?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, still early days, but once you start creating a gap, if you see like ATK Mohan Bagan is already like 9 points ahead of East Bengal, and the pressure is going to build on Robbie Fowler as the season progresses. Unfortunately for him, his striker Balwant Singh isn't delivering at the moment, but we hope that he starts getting the goal so his confidence increases. Eventually it'll all come through to the team, because remember, East Bengal also have a very solid history. We expect so much more from them. And another team which I'm really looking out for is obviously FC Goa and Kerala Blasters, which I think again have both fantastic midfields. So early days in the table, but
Yeah, absolutely, man. And let's just find out the next 4 fixtures that are coming up, and it's pretty well poised and quite exciting fixtures out there, man. Like we have Northeast United playing SC East Bengal. Like we said, East Bengal really needs to get things kicking for them.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's. I mean, Northeast United are also unbeaten so far, which so they're going to be
It,
hard to really penetrate. So, what do you think?
it's really interesting to see that both of us have gone for the same prediction. Now, which is your most, which is the game which you're really looking forward to in the next four?
Oh well, I think we'll come to that. I think the next 2 fixtures, the next three, I mean, all of them. I can't help it, man. I mean, ISL is really exciting, and we have Mumbai City FC next against Odisha FC. Um, Mumbai FC are again in sublime form, and I think they should edge this one against the Odisha, who are kind of at the bottom of the table. What do you think, Rohan, about this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've discussed Mumbai FC and the form that they've gained, and the players that they've gained back. Because Emma Jau, again, we're mentioning him. He's come back into the team. It's changed so much. So I see them actually winning by a margin. Apart from that, I think that one of the most mouth-watering fixtures for me in the next four is the FC Goa and the Kerala Blasters. I think that is going to be a proper midfield battle. It's going to be a solid game to watch. I've gone with FC Goa, and I see even you've gone with FC Goa with a goal with a goal more for FC Goa.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward for that one actually.
And some Goa for me, I just feel that they're showing signs, and I think soon they will erupt. And when they do, it'll be hard for the other teams to hold that. And out of the 12 meetings that Goa FC have played Kerala Blasters in the past, Goa FC have won 8 games, whereas Kerala Blasters have won 3, and there's been a draw. And historically, this has been a high-scoring fixture. There have been 3.75 goals per match, so I'm really excited to see this one. And and the last fixture we have is Jamshedpur FC versus ATK Mohan Bagan once again with Roy Krishna. I'm going for him. He's going to fire all his cylinders once again and score and make ATK Mohan Bagan win this one. What are your thoughts about this game?
Well, I've gone for a 1-1 because I think Jamshedpur, their work rate has just been phenomenal. I think that ATK Mohan Bagan also have been phenomenal. And I think it's, Roy Krishna mainly is the one who's just, fizzling out the goals from somewhere or the other. He's just getting them. He's in that kind of mood at the moment. But however, I'm not getting too carried away with, the way ATK Mohan Bagan is playing at the moment. That's why I've gone for a 1-1. I think that this might be their first draw of the season.
First draw and the first goal that they concede apparently, because both of us have given.
Yeah.
So maybe it looks like they're going to concede this time. Let's see how it happens, how it goes. But thank you so much, girls and guys, for watching this Indie News Fan Park chat with us. We had a great time talking about these games. We hope you enjoyed. Let us know what you think about the upcoming fixtures. And once again, do not forget to follow all our social media handles, because Indie News is giving away some really cool goodies out there through some really great contests out there. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
See you.